Hi, Pisces Sun and Rising. Welcome to your December 2024 Astro Update. It's Rena here. Well, this is Sagittarius season as the month begins, and we start the month with a new moon in Sagittarius at 9 degrees of Sag, and this falls in your 10th house of career. Now, it's important to note that in November, and I'm recording this in the middle of the month, so this is something that hasn't occurred yet. So if you're listening in November, it probably hasn't occurred yet, but on the 25th of November, there will be a Mercury retrograde at 22 degrees of Sagittarius. So it is going to be in that 10th house as well when we have that new moon. And what that could mean, from what I can think about, is that normally when a new moon occurs, you feel the sense of like you're planting seeds for something that you want to have manifest. But the problem is that when you have a Mercury retrograde, there are different things that could be happening. You could be rethinking your career at the same time you have new developments. So it can be like what they call it, crossed wires, where there's like your wishes and what is happening and other things, or maybe just ambivalence is occurring. So what I would say is that when Mercury goes direct mid-month, it's going to be at 6 degrees of Sag. The new moon is 9 degrees, so I feel like right after that new moon, you could gain more clarity and ability to move forward. So this can be with career matters in particular. On the 6th, Mars goes retrograde at 6 degrees of Leo. Leo for you is your 6th house of work, or what I call service to others, your daily routine or schedule, as well as your health. Right now in November, as I record this, Mars is direct in this house. So if you're listening in November into early December, Mars is direct in Leo, although it is slowing down. When Mars is in your 6th house, there could be some kind of conflict or competition in the workplace. You might, and sometimes there are other extenuating circumstances that, are cooperating with this to make it happen. For instance, you get a new supervisor who is, the way that they choose to run things is to kind of pit one person against the other. There you have your competition. Things like that can occur, and it can make it more unpleasant for some people. Certainly, it might not be something that you are happy about that is occurring, but it could be occurring. And also, this can be a time when you're, like, in terms of your health, maybe you're moving your body more. You're deciding that it's not just about diet, it's about exercise, so that you could be doing something new on that front. There are many things that can happen, but when Mars goes retrograde, these things can come to a halt, or there may be some slowdown where you cannot do these things. And like if you are in, if you're embroiled in a conflict at work, there might be some outer force that is kind of stopping that, but it's not stopping the anger that can result. And this is going to be true for everybody, that we're going to be maybe kind of, we have to watch our anger, because Mars can be, anger management issues. And sometimes, with the retrograde, a person might feel like they are quicker to react. Or, well, not necessarily Mars retrograde, not quicker they might just be hypersensitive to whatever's happening. So this is why it's important to pay attention to your reactions or your feelings, not to shove them underneath, and also just to realize that even though this is going to be going on for months, you don't have to, you can stay above the fray. If other people are trying to, step all over their fellow coworkers, you don't have to. Because you may feel that pressure to kind of do it too, because you're afraid of being the one that loses their job or something. But on the other hand, it may be creating like a very negative environment that you don't want to be a part of. And if there's some reason, just on the more mundane level with the workouts, if there's some reason you suddenly can't work out, like maybe your local um, gym closes, or maybe it's even something within yourself um, physically, that you can still do something to keep helping your health. Nothing, Mars retrograde is not really just about, being thwarted. It's about choosing to look within, as are all retrogrades. On the 7th, Neptune turns direct at 27 degrees of Pisces, your sign, and Venus goes into Aquarius on the same day. So I'm going to start with the Neptune direct. For the past 5 months, Neptune has been retrograding in your sign, Pisces, and Pisces people tend to be highly idealistic. There can be definitely, with some, maybe a lot of Pisces people, the tendency to be very, to have an escapist side of yourself. But I will say that I think that that is part of the human condition, because especially for people who are sensitive, and Pisces does not corner the market on, sensitive people. There are a lot of other people, that signs that can be sensitive too. But the point is that, you really sense how pain, can develop in society, and you really can feel that very strongly. So you're the kind of person that doesn't want to um, be so like aware of these things, because it just hits you, so deeply. So um, I think this is going to be good for you. I think, it's good to have your illusion stripped sometimes, because sometimes people are living in la la land, but it's also good to be hopeful, to be idealistic. So I think that idealism will come back. Remember that Saturn is transiting through this house as well. And if you're listening in November, Saturn goes direct on November 15th. So Saturn has been retrograding as well. I think I said that twice. Um, And Venus in Aquarius means that Venus is entering the 12th house, which you rule in astrology. So maybe you meet your soulmate. Maybe you're having an affair or some kind of a secret love affair. It doesn't mean that you're cheating on anyone, but maybe you're seeing somebody privately. You don't want other people to know. Maybe you have a secret vice. Venus can be pleasure, but it can be something that somebody's doing behind the scenes, or just taking I would say like taking pleasure in solitude, maybe going to some kind of retreat or something along those lines. That is, it has that contemplative angle, but it's also very sensual. Like it has all the senses engaged. I've seen some wonderful retreat centers from people that I follow on social media, and it's like they look like heaven on earth, in these places like Costa Rica and Bali and things like that. So that's what I feel about Venus in the 12th. On the 15th, we have a full moon at 23 degrees of Gemini. This will fall in your fourth house of home and family. There could be some kind of, you get news about your mother. Some people say the fourth is the father, so or him. Maybe you get some insight into your childhood. and what you dealt with. Fourth house can be the past, your childhood. It might be closure about something from your childhood. Maybe you're selling a house. It could be that as well. Remember that Jupiter is here, so there's some blessing in all of this. Jupiter is retrograding, but there still can be some blessing in, I was going to say in disguise, but it doesn't have to be in disguise. It could be full out blessing. And on the same day, Mercury goes direct at 6 degrees of Sag in that 10th house of career. So, that could be, maybe you've been having negotiations with higher ups, and this is finally getting finalized, and it will mean that you're going to move or something like that for your work. On the 21st, the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, the sun is going to get stronger again. It's going into Capricorn, which is in that 11th house for you. This is the house of gains. So on the 29th on the west coast and the 30th elsewhere, when we have that black moon, which is the second new moon in a month, in that 11th house, 9 degrees of Capricorn for you, that could be a time when you have a, you see some kind of situation with your profit. Maybe it's like a new income stream that you can see as your overall profits, or it's a great time to really think about these things, because the manifestation power is supposed to be even greater than a regular new moon. So keep that in mind. And maybe you make new friends, or there's some kind of a new group that you belong to. That can be, or forming new long range goals. That could be very good for you as well, Pisces. So that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.